a lot of artists are focused on numbers. So right now, it's like the music industry is more of a numbers game. I mean, there's a whole lot of things around the streaming. And one thing artists fail to understand is that streams doesn't automatically mean fans. So
Exactly.
it's not like, let's say you have like 1 million streams on a
Yes.
particular song. Doesn't
Yes.
transcend to you having a million fans somewhere. You can have a million streams and you can put out an event and you might not see up to 20,000 persons attending that event.
Welcome back to the second segment of Just Africa. In today's streaming era, a song can travel from Lagos to London in just seconds. A film can reach millions with one click. And of course, an artist can go viral overnight. But visibility does not always equal sustainability. Streams don't always mean income, and talent alone is no longer enough. On the second segment of Just Africa, we dive into a very powerful conversation, which is looking at going beyond passion to profession, building sustainable careers for African artists in this streaming era. This is about more than fame. It's about ownership, royalties, contracts, digital platforms, and the systems that artists need to build careers, not just moments. We're asking the hard questions. How do African artists earn consistently in a global digital economy? How do they protect their work? And how do they move from hustle to longevity? Of course, do well to follow us on all our social media platforms at Souk News Television and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Just Africa Show. This second segment of Just Africa features Blex, but it is Blessing Tenumah, a talent manager and music executive whose journey reflects the evolving structure of Africa's music industry. From music blogging to professional training at the Music Business Academy for Africa and onward into talent management, label work, and industry leadership, Blessing represents a new generation of African music professionals that are building systems around talent. Hello, Blessing. Or let me just call you Blex. So I'll just stick to Blex, right?
Yeah, Flex is fine. Good afternoon.
Hi. So, hey, head God, I'm so wowed at your work because I was able to read some of them before I came on. But first off, why did you delve into talent management? Was it because you realized you were able to spot talent once you see it anywhere?
I think all of this started out for my love for music. I mean, personally, over the years, or should I say, growing up, I have really, really loved music. Loved the ability to listen to music, not just any type of music though. I have my personal preferences, you get. And there is always a saying, and which has actually been proved to be true, that music that you listen to at your teenage age would actually will actually shape the kind of sound that you like over time. And this should I say this has actually been the foundation of my love for music and also my music career. You get. So I started out first being a music blogger. I didn't just jump into talent management. I started out by doing music blogging, and I started a music blog immediately I finished secondary school. I know it might sound funny. Some persons might say, "How do you do it? How did you start and all that?" I got help from family and friends. I always want to venture into the entertainment industry, but specifically the music industry in general, because like I mentioned, the kind of sound, the kind of music you listen to at your teenage age or at your teenage years really matters a lot. That will shape the kind of music you might eventually want to listen to for the rest of your life. You get. So while doing music blogging, I realized I didn't just want to talk about music. You get. So I wanted to help artists to build careers. So this was one of the main reasons I moved from blogging into talent management. You get. I want to build careers. I want to see what happens behind the scene. I've
Yeah.
always been so much fascinated, yes, about what happens behind the scenes. So the real work that happens behind the scenes, I want to see all of that. I'm always someone that loves to be very much involved in the guidance and planning stage of
Mm.
projects, of things. So I imagine myself being in the guidance and planning stage of an artist career. So these are
Yeah.
some of the reasons why I decided that, oh, I think talent management is something or it's a career path I believe I will excel in. You get.
Yeah.
So this is
So
why
so
I actually,
so
yes, I
so, so when you say you're a talent manager, what does that mean basically? Because the truth is, you delved into music from blogging, and you told us how the journey was for you. But talent management that you chose now, what does it really mean? What work are you expected to be doing for the talent or with the talent?
okay. I would say that's really a very interesting question because there is a lot of work. I mean, there is a lot of work to be done in talent management. I mean, people just see the manager of an artist and just assume, oh, these guys are eating money, you're
Eh,
making
now
money.
you see,
But
it's not a lie now.
but like I mentioned, there is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. You get.
Okay.
So there is a lot of biggest misconceptions or should I say fans, they have about artist manager. You get. So
Mm,
they just feel like it's just for the glam and camera. You just there, you're just following the artist all around and all that. You get. But there's a lot
mm,
of work. You
yeah.
understand? So for me, I would say there is a whole lot of work, like I mentioned. You have to plan with the artist. So I would definitely say, as an artist manager or as a talent manager, I would say the artist is more like a friend and also
A
an
business
enemy
partner.
at the same time. Not,
Ah, okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
would, yes, because you agree to disagree sometimes, and
Okay.
sometimes the artist might see you as not really a friend at that particular time. You do not
Mm,
agree with their with whatever or their ideas or their
yes.
ideology they have at that
Yes.
particular time. Yeah, so they might
Yeah.
not really see you as a friend. They might see you like, oh, this
They want
guy,
to stifle their
or
growth or
this girl.
something.
Exactly,
Mm,
exactly. But the whole nutshell about talent management or about artist management is doing what you know is best for the artist, putting
mm,
the artist first. You get.
yeah.
Um, Making sure the artists grow in every areas or in every part of their career. You get. Making sure the artist career is not stagnant, does not remain in one position. And also
Yes.
you need to follow the money as well because talent
Very
management, yeah.
important.
Yes, talent management is a business. I mean, it's a partnership between you and the artist. And we all know about business partnerships. Partners tend to fight, partners tend to quarrel. There might be times that there are disagreements and all that. But the ability for you guys to come together, understand yourselves, and put your heads together and make sure that whatever you're working on, you can actually achieve it. The essence of partnership is having one goal. You get.
Yeah.
So that's the essence of an
Oh yeah.
artist and a manager.
All
Yeah.
right. I mean, I know that it's difficult to manage talent, right? Because you people have knuckleheads because ideas are always from two different places. How did going for the class, was it an Africa business, music business or something that you went to, how did it help you understand how to navigate some of these obstacles that you might find in the line of work of being a talent manager?
I don't know if there will be a lot of time, but uh, going into the
Just
Music Business
summarize it. I've got
Academy.
so many questions to ask you.
Okay, okay. The Music Business Academy was really a game changer for me. I won't lie.
Okay.
I mean, I at first it started out as I was able to go in via the scholarship routes. Shout
Okay.
out to Audio Mark for sponsoring me as one of the students for the Music Business Academy. I applied and I got in. So Audio Mark really really helps me a lot. I won't lie about that. And it was really, really thrilling. I mean, getting to meet people that you've admired in the music industry, speaking to you as tutors, facilitators, speakers on different courses. You get so what the Music Business Academy did for me was it was able to help me to understand the music business, able to understand music as a business ecosystem. So there's a difference between now when you register for the Music Business Academy and you started out the courses, after a couple of months, you know there's a difference between being just a fan and being in the music business because the music business is entirely different from just the music itself. You get so it's not just all about creativity. There is a business behind the creativity we all see. There is another aspect of the music, which is the music business. So this is what the Music Business Academy actually helps. It's helped in changing my perspective. You get. I learned a lot. I mean about contracts, rights, planning, long-term thinking, creativity, how to manage artists, managing your emotions as a talent manager. These are things that are very, very much important. And one thing I'm really grateful for the Music Business Academy in Africa, shout out to Godwin Tom for putting these programs together. It gave me this confidence, you get, and it boosted me, gave me this confidence to be able to operate professionally and not emotionally in the music industry. Because trust me, there are a whole lot of things that are ready to mess up with your emotions in the music industries, from artists to producers. So a whole lot of other
we know you would do that a lot. So, but I want to ask this. I mean, look, we know that there's an ecosystem. How do you spot talent first? Because I want look. The first question, are you able to spot talents naturally? Before, how do you now ensure these talents can last long in a music ecosystem like Africa?
Okay. Personally, yes, I am able to spot talents. I mean, currently the artists I manage, I spotted them out myself. I mean, it might take some time. Someone that is new, that is trying to get into the music industry, because like I said, the kind of sound you enjoy, the kind of artist you would want to manage might be different from the kind of artist I would like to manage. Because why? We are different people. We have different ideas. We have different perspectives towards things. You get so the kind of sounds I enjoy, the kind of artists I would want to manage might not be the kind of artist that you would want to manage or the kind of music that you would want to listen to. So one thing I try to do first is this: if I do not enjoy an artist's music, I don't think it is necessary for me to manage a particular artist because I might find it difficult working. Yes, because I might find it difficult working with the artist. So I can literally tell you that if I can literally tell you that, oh, I have an artist I manage, I can listen to his songs all day, all week, all month, and I will not get tired. Why? Because I enjoy that kind of music.
What kind of music? I'll interrupt you there. I'm sorry, I'll interrupt you. What kind of music do you like?
It's not necessary to answer that.
It is because I mean, if we have potential talents out there and they've got their music and they want to pitch it to you, they need to understand the kind of music that you like.
I feel like that's a whole different ball game, you get. So not every talent I spot I would want to manage personally.
Okay.
You get. So in as much as I like your music or I do not like your music, that does not mean you are not manageable, or that does not mean your career is not or there's nothing we can do about it. You get. But I'm just saying personally, I love picking artists that I love their sound. You get. So it should be easier for us to work together because why? I love your sound. I understand the kind of music you already do. So definitely it is easier for me to work with that kind of artist than an artist that I might find it difficult not to I'll find it difficult not to play their song for a whole. I'll find it difficult not to play their song, or I might not find it pleasing listening to their sound. You get. So it is more easier when you enjoy doing something than when you are just doing it because you just want to do it. So I am doing talent management. I am managing those particular artists because first things first, I enjoy listening to their music. So imagine when you enjoy listening to their music, I am sure you as a manager, the creativity process, the planning and everything will actually go smoothly the way you want it. Yes, because you know you enjoy doing that particular thing.
How do you avoid burnout of your talents, or for example, one hit wonders of your talents? How do you avoid things like that?
Mhm. That's a very tricky question. Um, I would say for burnouts, I mean, there is a lot you get. There is a lot to do. Avoiding burnouts as a talent manager comes with a whole lot you get, and with the fast-paced world the music industry is today, or the entertainment industry is in general, you get, without structure, artists tend to get burned out easily. You understand? And they even set themselves up in confusion because an artist that or an artist team or an artist and a manager that does not have a proper structure,
Yeah.
you might see either they tend to release music anyhow, abruptly, or there is no
Yeah.
proper planning for every of their releases. And over time, this might lead to the artist being burnt out. This might lead to teams getting confused. So how do you avoid such things? Your goal needs to be very much aligned. You understand? You need to understand that you are not here for the short time, you are here for a longer time. So when you're planning your vision for your artist, you need to plan a long-term vision, not a short-term vision. You get, so all of these will be able to balance um, creative freedom and business discipline, not so as you will not be able to, so as the artist will not be burnt out. You understand? So as the team will not be confused. So as a manager, you need to be very much intentional about the releases you put out there. You need to be very much intentional about the planning. You need to be very much intentional about the timing, about the timing. So it is also very important that you have a long-term goals for your artist. You also need to have a short-term plan for your artist. So when these plans are being followed, when the structures are being put into place, there will be no burnout, there will be no confusion, everything can run in smoothly. Obviously, we know that things change over time. It might not run in smoothly 100%, but when you have a structure that is being put out there, you get everything can easily run in smoothly, as seamlessly as possible. So not burnout does not just happen for the artist, it also affects the management and the team as well. So there might be confusions and all that. But like I said, structure is what beats all of this. So when there's structure, you would know the right thing to do.
Yeah. Okay. I think let's even come to what happens now in the music industry. A lot of people are putting so much attention to streaming numbers. Some will argue that there's now stream farm. So most of the numbers that you see out there are not real. How important is streaming, first off, to the career of a music artist?
Okay. Streaming is very important, no doubt. You get, streaming is very, very important. It is important that streaming is so important that with the advancement of smartphones, technologies, you rarely see people hopping in, buying CDs and playing it. That was the era of the Alaba thing. Yeah, it still works. People still do that. Yeah, but right now, I think African artists are being focused on streaming, and with the rising of a lot of streaming platforms in Africa. I work for one, Just Play. You can check it out if you've not. It's a streaming platform meant for African artists. So with the advancement of a lot of streaming platforms that have come into the African market, a lot of artists are focused on numbers. So right now, it's like the music industry is more of a numbers game. And there's a whole lot of things around the streaming. You understand? So, and one thing artists fail to understand is that streams doesn't automatically mean fans.
Exactly.
So it's not like, let's say you have like 1 million streams on a particular song. Doesn't transcend to you having 1 million fans somewhere. You can have 1 million streams and you can put out an event and you might not see up to 20,000 persons attending that event. So stream doesn't transcend to numbers because artists, a lot of artists fail to realize that, and a lot of teams fail to realize that streaming doesn't transcend to numbers. You need to build you need to build a community that loves your sound, a community that enjoys listening to you, a community that will be there for you no matter what. I mean, over the past few years, you must have noticed the biggest fan bases we have in the African music industry, or should I say the Nigerian music industry currently right now. And those fan bases are ready to go all in for the artist. So these are things that new generation of artists need to consider and need to understand that community building is very, very important than your streaming numbers, because the streaming numbers might appear as a million streams, and it might not even necessarily generate into a larger income as you want it to be, and you might not be able to transcend this into physical numbers. This is physical shows, physical events, merch, collaborations, and every other thing that is needed. And in terms of the streaming fraud, fraud is always going to be an issue in the music industry. I mean, this is something that they've been tackling for the longest. And that's why I mentioned artist building community. It is very, very important to build community, because when you build community, you have people that are listening to your music. You would not have time to partake or going to inflating your numbers, inflating those figures on your profile, so that people will see that, oh, you have a lot of persons that are listening to your song. And at the end, when they book you for an event, you might not be able to pull in as much crowd as they thought you will be able to do. Yes. Exactly.
So just give maybe 2 or 3 options that artists can use to build community. I know I had a guest here yesterday, and she mentioned like meet and greets, where the person come and eventually meet your fans and then perform. Are there other strategies that artists can use to create these communities?
There is a whole lot. I mean, there's a whole lot of strategies artists can use in creating all of these communities. But I would say that, like I mentioned, the music industry is a fast-paced industry, you get. So what do you need to do? First things first, I'm an artist. I started out freshly. This is my first time putting out music. It simply means that if it's your first time, you do not have people listening to you. You understand? And if it's your first time, you might not be able to do meet and greet instantly. The first people that will listen to your song might necessarily be your family and friends. You get? So, exactly. So your family and friends will be the first person to listen to your music. And they can share it to other people and tell them, oh, my bro just dropped a new song. Oh, my brother just dropped a new song. My friend just dropped a new song. Please hop on it and listen to it. There is one artist I really admire when it comes to community building. He does something that a lot of other artists do not do. It's called mailing list. An artist that does this is Adekunle Gold. Okay. Exactly. Adekunle Gold shares, he sends in mails to his fans. I'm sure there might be other artists that do that, but as much as effectively Adekunle Gold does it a whole lot more. And he sends emails to his fans, updates before you see those updates on social media. His core fans must have gotten a couple of updates from him. He checks up on them, asks them how they are doing and all that. So for an artist, I could say you could start up a mailing list. You might have 5 people listening to your music in one day. They can subscribe to your mailing list, and you can reach out to them as often as you can, maybe 3 times a month, 4 times a month. Before you put out new releases to the public, these are the first set of people that should have access to those songs first. Why? They will feel closer to you, they will feel more informed, and they will feel more special. Because one thing I understand about fans is, or as humans, one thing we've come to understand about ourselves is we always want to feel special. We always want to have the opportunity to feel special. So any opportunity to make another person feel special, that person will not take it for granted. So if let's say you make 5 fans this month feel special, 5 fans might tell another 5 fans about your music. You've gotten more added fans
organically,
exactly. And you keep building like that. You keep building your mailing list like that. And from that mailing list, you can transcend to start having
Meet and
with your
greets and
fans
then
because maybe
shows.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because by then you must have built a community
Yes,
around your
yes,
mailing
yes,
list.
yes, yes.
Exactly.
Anyway,
So
because of time, just give me your final thoughts. Give advice to aspiring artists, and then give your advice to talent managers, especially if you want to grow the African music industry and ecosystem. Just your final thoughts.
um okay. So for my final thoughts, I would say I mean, there are a whole lot of advice flying out left and right. I mean, before I even started out in the music industry, I watch a lot of stuff and I listen to a lot of things. Like I say, shout out to the music business for Africa, um, for giving me the opportunity to learn the music business very well and learn it very deeply. It is also important as an aspiring manager or an aspiring music executive. You need to understand the music business deeply. You get, and you need to always put in structure for yourself. Be it a manager, be it a music executive. As long as you're working with a talent, either an artist or a producer, you need to put in structure. Structure is very important before speed, and also
Yeah.
you need to be patient. You get, so careers are not just built overnight; they are built over the years. Brick by
Yeah.
brick, you are going to get there. You get me. And it is also important that you should know that for Africa, for me, I would always say for Africa, talent is not the problem. What the major problem we're having in Africa right now is the structure for our music,
Yeah.
structure for the music industry. You get, so once we are able to fix the systems behind the music, the
Yeah.
artists in Africa, they'll be able to thrive naturally. So
Yeah.
these are things that I believe, yes, that I believe that aspiring managers they need to know, or aspiring music executives they need to know about. Thank you.
One word. What's the name of the artist that you manage?
Okay, his name is Trex.
Trex.
Yeah, it's at CREGGZ.
Okay, threats. Oh, threats. Like threats. Like oh, it sounds like only threatening. Okay, okay. I mean, I think it's something we'll go and, when we go and watch him, we will now know the kind of music that you like. I'm giving that as exposed to the artists that are listening to the conversation today. Thank you so much, Blessing, for coming today for the show. We'll look to have you again some other time. All right.
Thank you.